We want to make it easier for businesses to create more jobs and more factories in the United States. And you're a great example of it.
You're a great example of it. That was just last year at the White House. The president holding up a quintessential American brand, motorcycle maker Harley-Davidson, as just the type of company he wants to help. Well, check your inbox, Mr. President. Harley-Davidson now announcing it plans to move some operation out of the U.S. because of the tariffs. So, is this America First trade policy going exactly as planned? Joining me right now, CNN correspondent Allison Cossack with much more on this. Allison, what is Harley-Davidson doing?
Okay, so in this SEC filing from today, we're learning about what Harley-Davidson is doing. It is going ahead and shifting production of its motorcycles that makes for European customers, literally moving it out of the United States and setting up shop overseas to avoid the tariff and ultimately save money and customers. Now, we learned that Harley-Davidson is making this drastic move to literally hold on to its second biggest sales market, and that's Europe. And this is after the EU raised tariffs from 6% to 31% on motorcycles that are exported from the U.S. Now, Harley says the tariff raises the price by about $2,200 on every motorcycle that's sold in Europe. So that really cuts its competitive strength in Europe if their motorcycles are more than what's already on the market. So you look at the security filing, Harley-Davidson said this. It said it believes that the tremendous cost increase, if it's passed on to its dealers and retail customers, it would wind up having an immediate and lasting detrimental impact to its business in the region. So instead of raising prices, which Harley says it's not going to do, the company has decided, you know what? We're better off over the next 18 months literally moving our production facilities of the motorcycles to avoid the tariffs. The way Harley sees it, Europe is a critical market for the company. You look at last year, it did 15% of its business there. 40,000 motorcycles were sold. So for now, Harley is basically going to eat the higher tariff cost. The company says it's going to take a hit of $30 million to $45 million for the rest of the year. Wow. And if you look at the full year, the impact could be as high as $100 million. So those kinds of losses, Kate, are expected to eat into profit for the company. It is the reason we are seeing shares of Harley-Davidson right now tanking 5%. Oh, wow. Because they're going to be struggling to literally move that facility and try and pay for this tax that's going to be placed on their motorcycles overseas.
This can't be what the administration was hoping for when the president put this in place. Is the administration saying that this is, I mean, are you getting any word from them if they're thinking twice about this?
We did reach out to the White House. We haven't heard back. But if this is any indication of what's going on, they are unlikely to reverse course. If you look at what happened last week, President Trump even threatened that if the EU steps up its retaliation even more, then the U.S. is going to go ahead and slap tariffs on cars exported from the EU here to the United States. So the reality is this is what a trade war looks like. You know, you've got one country hitting, the other country hitting back. But the way the administration sees it is this short-term pain is worth long-term gain to kind of level the playing field when it comes to trade and our trade relationships around the world.
Tell that to Harley-Davidson. and let's throw up the big board. The markets have been having a rough go of it already today. Yes. Allison, is this what it's all about?
This is part of it, too. It's just part of the big red bow package of the trade tensions that continue to escalate. Every day there seems to be a new headline. The latest new headline is that, you know, the Trump administration may go ahead and ramp up even more trouble for China in trying to get these Chinese companies to buy into American technology companies. The U.S. may block Chinese companies from investing in American technology companies. So that's kind of rattling the market as well. News about Harley-Davidson definitely hitting the market. It's the reality. It's the reality where we see customers could actually be hurt in their own pocketbooks.
All right, Allison, thanks so much. Sure. A lot going on here.